Hello, PM students. In this video, we are going to solve a tricky question in one of the trickiest topic in PM, which is bottleneck. Let's get started. The question we are going to solve is Sweet Treats Bakery. You can find the question in your revision kit. It's a Section B type question, and we are going to solve only the first requirement of this question, which is related to bottleneck. I recommend you to pause the video here. Try attempting this question before continuing further. At least read the question scenario once. All right, let's start the question. Sweet Treats Bakery is basically making 3 types of cakes: brownies, muffins, and cupcakes. And a set of numerical data is given, which includes batch sizes, selling prices, different variable costs, minimum and maximum demands for all the 3 products. And they have clearly stated that the minimum demand is for a contract, which must be met. Now comes the data related to the process of making cakes. So it's made in 3 processes: weighing, mixing, and baking. And it's given here that they need to do all of these processes in batches. And the minutes required for 1 batch for each process is given below. 2 things to note down here. It's given in minutes, not hours, and these are minutes per batch, not per unit. Further, it says that the baking stage has some time constraint, so the total available minutes are 1440. Now let's move to the first requirement. It says that on Monday, apart from baking, even the weighing and mixing has time constraints. So all 3 processes have only limited minutes available. Now the question wants us to find out the bottleneck process. Let's do it. We have 3 processes, and for each of them, we are given the available minutes. Let's inset that from the question. We need to find the total required minutes to find out the bottleneck process. What is a bottleneck process? When you have several processes, the overall rate of production will depend upon the slowest process. Such process is called as bottleneck. It's interesting why it is called bottleneck. If you pour water from a glass, the whole water comes out, but when you pour it out from a bottle, because of the shape of the bottle's neck, only a limited amount of water comes out. So, neck limits the flow. Similarly, the final output is limited by the slowest process, which we call as bottleneck. Is that clear? Now let's see how to find the bottleneck process. In a question like this, it's actually the process for which the required minutes is more than the available minutes. Okay, so we need required minutes. Again, 2 things to note here. Firstly, the required minutes given in the question is for 1 batch. We need total required minutes. For that, we need to how many batches do they need? Is that information given in the question? Nope. We need to find that based on the maximum demand information given in the question. Okay, before going further, I want to clarify regarding the difference between batch size and number of batches. Batch size means in 1 batch how many units are produced. Number of batches means how many batches do we need in order to meet the demand. So, in this question, when it says 40 brownies, it means in 1 batch 40 brownies can be produced. So this figure is something that we need to find out. Divide the maximum demand by the batch size. So, that will tell us how many batches are needed to fulfill the demand. For example, if we divide 140 by 40, the answer is 3.5, we will round up and take us 4 batches. So, 4 batches for brownies, 90 divided 30, 3 batches for muffins, and 100 divided by 20, which is 5 batches for cupcakes. Now, we need to multiply the number of batches by the minutes required for 1 batch. For example, for brownies, weighing takes 15 minutes for 1 batch. Then for 4 batches, it will be 60. Hope this is clear. Let's do in similar manner for the rest as well. Now, once we get the required minutes for all, let's sum it up to compare with actual available minutes. And so our bottleneck is mixing, as mixing is the process that's taking more time than the available time. So it's slowing down everything. Hence, mixing is the bottleneck process. Hope this video is helpful. Hit a like and share. And don't forget to subscribe to RP ACCA for more.